Good morning. I hope you are well this morning. Um, just came back from a walk and feeling rather privileged that I'm still able to leave my house early in the morning and grab a piece of nature. And while I was out there, I was really conscious and aware how quiet it was for that time of the morning. It was just after 8, and usually people are rushing to school, people are um, commuting to get into work. There are quite a few cars at the bottom of the hill going to go on the main road, and this morning it was eerily but comfortingly quiet. And I think I passed in total about 6 people in the best part of a half an hour, 40-minute walk. And it really made me think about balance and how we achieving balance in this time. So while I was walking, I was very, very conscious of birdsong. And I love birdsong. Just listening to the birds singing there so clearly without hearing traffic, without hearing the noise of chattering humans, without hearing commotion, gave me a sense of inner balance. It allowed me to think about just taking every single day at a time. And I think that's so important. Yesterday I was talking to a client who's based in Madrid, who is in an apartment, and literally the only time she can leave her house is if she needs to go to the pharmacy to pick up medication or to go to groceries, and that's only local. Um, Still quite blessed, as I say, living just slightly outside of London in what we call the countryside in Hertfordshire, still being able to go and have a reasonably decent walk in areas where are not too populated. But it drew me back again, as I said, to what is that sense of balance that we have. Lots of people are feeling a sense of anxiety, not only about how they're going to be able to get through the next month or through the months that we have here, but people who are having anxiety around work. I know a couple of people in the last few days who have been furloughed, and obviously there is that anxiety that comes with it. Yes, I'm being furloughed, so therefore I'm getting paid, but what happens? Will I be able to be brought back into the workforce at the end of this furlough, or is it that for me? And do I have to go and look for a new job? There are individuals who have had to put their own businesses on hold. Um, there's a lot of anxiety people have about relationships as well. And so for me, I think there are a couple of questions that just need to be asked around balance. And obviously, when you're anxious, you don't want to have a lot of questions. You want to be quite focused. But a couple of things that have helped, um, what's the best scenario that can come out of this? What's the worst scenario? And then, somewhere in the middle, what can I do right now with what I have? And writing those things down in a journal, or even talking to people who you are accountable to. There are other questions you can ask. Is it as bad as I think it actually really is? And being really honest about that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not undermining the fact that in some situations it can be bad, but just writing it down and processing it can actually help. And so for me, this sense of balance is also about making sure that we don't think that we need to be 100% productive. This is a pandemic. Do you know what I mean? These are extremely extreme circumstances. Some emails may drop off. Some documents may not get done. Some calls may not be made. Rather than putting ourselves under undue pressure, recognize that we are living in difficult and very challenging circumstances. So don't beat yourself up about it. And strive towards a sense of balance, of being able to give yourself a bit of a break, of having that time where you are going quite introspective and just finding out some stuff about yourself, which I think more than anything else, we will really find out about who we really are come the end of this actual crisis. So my short message is, and it was a bit of a ramble, but just having come back from that walk, it's really reminded me that we need to have a sense of balance. What does that balance look like? How do we give ourselves a break? How do we make sure that we don't put ourselves under too much pressure and break under that kind of anxiety and stress, which is not needed at this point in time? Yeah, strive for balance. I don't know exactly how that is for every single one of us, but let's think about how we can encourage each other when we are on calls, when we are doing our WhatsApp messages, when we are communicating on social media. How can we really encourage each other to be more balanced? Welcome your thoughts and ideas on it. Thank you.